two joint. But so now if I'm going to work on shoulder hyperextension, what muscles am I stretching? Anterior deltoid. Okay, if I'm working on shoulder hyperextension, we're stretching the shoulder flexors, which one is the anterior deltoid. We'll talk about the biceps when we get to the elbow. How about that? I knew you were going to say that. All right, so now what I'm going to do, and guys, for just like we did for manual muscle testing, remember when we applied the resistance at the distal end of the segment but not crossing another joint where the muscle didn't attach? Same idea for stretching. So a lot of you were wanting to apply your force way out here when we were stretching the lats. Not really necessary. Just apply your force at the distal end of the humerus, because you know the lats attach on the floor of the intertubercular groove of the humerus. Yeah. So then, so then you don't have to. That, right? So you don't have to go way out here. All right. So same thing. So I'm going to stabilize her scapula. Okay, and I'm actually just going to do a lifting type force. I'm pulling up. It's one way. You could do this supine, stabilize. And actually, the scapula would be stabilized on the table. So you could do this supine. It's not a big deal, right? So relax, stabilize, and stretch her into hyperextension. Okay? So that's for hyperextension, anterior deltoid. Let's do a couple more. Roll on your back, Angela. Let's do the rotators. So, slide over just a little bit. Yes, I do need a towel roll. That's perfect.
The hyperextension for the anterior deltoid land supine.
I could drop her off of the edge of the table. I could. Because a lot of times maybe your patient can't lay prone. Remember, you have to have variety. Just because this is one way, it's not the only way.
Just if they can't lie prone, she said you could go supine. Where else could you go?
Sideline.
Right.
Excellent.
And that's a good one. You can get in there.
And you would still stabilize. You would still stabilize the scapula.
Where else could you go?
Turn them backwards in a chair.
Yep.
So that they're
Yeah.
not falling forward.
Yeah. Right? All kinds of ideas. You guys can do whatever you want. Okay, rotators. Towel roll. Just like with manual muscle testing. Why do we put a towel roll under the elbow? Level. We want it level, okay? Because I don't want to, if I don't have my towel roll and her elbow is significantly below her shoulder, then we're already stressing the anterior capsule. All right, we're not really doing a muscle stretch. Okay, so we've got our towel roll. Now you can initially start 30, 40, wherever their range is. If they don't have 90 degrees of abduction, are you going to stretch them out here? No. So you would have to start, say, at 45. Now this is the exception to the rule, just like with the muscle testing. The lever arm is out onto the radius and the ulna. You can't stretch here. You have to use the forearm. Stabilize the shoulder and stretch back. She's very limber, okay? Very limber, so we don't have any problems here. Likewise with internal rotation, especially with goniometry. I harped on this. Do not allow that. Do not allow the whole scapula to tip anteriorly. So when you stretch into internal rotation, what muscles are we stretching? Supraspinatus. What are your external rotators? If I'm stretching into infraspinatus and teres minor. Okay? So stabilize the head of the humerus and stretch into internal rotation. Oh, that was a little clunky. All right, so I'm going to stretch. Oh, what is wrong with your shoulder?
I don't know. It's something with
all right, we have a little instability, I think, because she is very mobile. Anyway, so you stabilize the humerus, you stretch her into internal rotation, don't allow the scapula to tip anteriorly. So we did shoulder hyperextension, external rotation. What muscle were we stretching? Subscapularis. Internal rotation, we were stretching the external rotators. All right, let's do those three, and then we'll do the last couple.
So
all
just
right.
take your